Om Shri Ganeshaya Namo Namah. Greetings to everyone world over, all our brothers and sisters across the globe, wherever you are. We extend you a very hearty, a very warm welcome. It's a green morning, green afternoon, and green evening to everybody, wherever you are. It's indeed a great pleasure to meet all of you and to be with you and moving to the northeast part of India. As you all are aware of, we are doing a special series for our youth in northeast. What are the new avenues, opportunities, and areas where they all can be? Today we are going to focus on rural tourism, agri-tourism, and focus our northeast India youth. Today is Friday, 21st of July, and we extend a very warm welcome. Like yesterday, today once again, I can see Sakshi Chauhan being the first to join this particular event, and we must reward her for the same. Let's move ahead, see this beautiful greenery, see this beautiful rural part, agri-tourism. ICSI extends a very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you very much for joining us from across the globe. And we are a link between India and 32 million Indian diaspora. Those are in different countries, our brothers and sisters doing great. They are into various areas, and whatsoever they can contribute the best to India, they do it from their side. If you recall, we started this special series for our Northeast youth on 17th of July, and this will be on till 31st of July for 2 weeks. And we are taking different themes. The first day, we had Northeast India Youth Focus Service Industry. Then we had come on to potential tourism industry in the entire Northeast. That was the next day on 18th of July. 19th, we had gone to advantage soft skill of our Northeast youth, where basically we talked about their etiquettes, their manner, their gesture, their body language, their personality, their communication to connecting, their softness, and being so humble all the time if you treat them well and if you know how to be with them. I'm always proud of Northeast youth. They need right opportunity at a right place, at a right time, in the right packaging, and they can do a lot for all of us. So, yesterday we had come on to life skills for them, and today we are proceeding with rural tourism and agri-tourism, Northeast India. So, hearty welcome, pleasure to have all of you. Now, there are different senses which are being given that there's a large number of tourists, domestic tourists, international tourists. Those are coming over there, and this area has got a huge potential because thick, lush green mountains, vegetation, tea gardens, rivers, lakes, and beautiful areas what we have got. When we talk about rural tourism products, as they are identified by the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, you can see them right over here, what all is available. According to the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, they have identified 47 rural sites for promotion of rural tourism in the Northeast region out of total 172 projects, rural projects, which we have got in entire India. These projects have been identified on different identical themes such as tribal culture, handicraft, historical perspectives, adventure, and then terracotta craft and ecotourism, etc. A lot of areas are there which are being taken. If you see state-wise the performance of the rural tourism projects, and when you go on to that, number of projects which are being covered, Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Meghalaya, Manipur, Nagaland, Sikkim, Tripura, all that when we talk about 8 states, there are different projects which are being taken over here. We have also been joined by Paras. Thank you very much, Paras. You are so regular like Sakshi. You come every day and you post so much on this YouTube channel. We are proud of you. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for being with us and sharing this particular vision. Now, when you talk about agri-tourism, rural tourism, farm tourism, nature tourism, Now, agri-tourism can contribute in a very big way in optimally utilizing the agricultural land which is available in the entire Northeast India. It can generate additional income for the farmers, and at the same time, it can also create a lot of employment opportunities. We got to make optimum use of technology in agri-tourism. That is something which is very important. Now, when we talk about various activities, couple of things which we can talk about. It includes a wide variety of the activities, like including buying products direct from the farm stand, navigating a corn maze, picking fruits and vegetables, animal rides, or staying nighttime at the farmhouse. You can get the fragrance of the real, authentic India and best possible way. There are lots of possibilities that agritourism can provide to us. Let us see some of them. Agritourism can boost tourism up so that the government can raise its revenue from this resource. It can help maintaining sustainability and can act as an alternative to conventional development, which is eating up the rural lands. It will also be helpful in improving international relationship of the country as this region shares its boundary with some of the major ASEAN countries as well. It will provide greater market opportunities for farm products as well as farm produce. When we talk about farmers, standards of living will also increase. Presence of tourists and engagement of tourists in the farming activities for recreational purposes will also help in creating awareness about the scientific farming. With the technology, we got to move in a scientific way. And this will also prohibit the farmers from using any harmful pesticides or chemical in their farms, which ultimately harm everybody in the society. Nowadays, lots of people are getting disease because whatever we eat and we put inside the body. So agritourism will also provide a market for promotion of the Northeastern lifestyle and culture to the rest of the country as well as to the world. When we talk about agritourism, now Northeast India is full of rich natural resources and there's a lots of diversity. Rich cultural heritage is the great potential for various activities of the agritourism, rural tourism in the entire Northeast region. This region also offers all what a tourist is looking forward to. What tourists want? They want authentic India, culture, heritage, nature, experiential tourism, community tourism, enormous potential which tourism resources are giving over here. You've got to see that is to be taken into consideration. Now, this is a beautiful village. When we talk about this village, this is the cleanest village of Asia. This is in Meghalaya, and we are proud of Meghalaya. There is one whistling village also, where through the whistling, the mothers, they call their children and they don't call them by names. Now, the Kaho is the first village of India. And when you talk about India-China border, you can just see, you remember the Dong place I discussed with you, where the sun rises in the east for the first time, the first ray which comes to India. Zuluk is a small hamlet which is located at the height of approximately 10,000 feet on the rugged terrain when you talk about the lower Himalayas in the East Sikkim. That also we can take into consideration and we can look into. That is also something very important. Let's talk about village tourism. Recognizing the immense potential of rural tourism in the country, the Ministry of Tourism has formulated a national strategy and a roadmap for development of rural tourism in India, an initiative towards Atmanirbhar Bharat. Look at these beautiful villages. And if you remember a few days back, a few weeks back, when the Honorable Home Minister of India, he visited Kibutu. That was just near, when you think about Dong, that side in Arunachal Pradesh, and there's a project of VVP, Vibrant Village Programs. That is something fantastic what you can think of. Now, when we talk about rural tourism, high level of facilities and services active, we're on bicycles, on bullock carts, on tractors. There could be some entertainment activities. At the same time, you do not destroy the environment, you don't disturb the environment, and at the same time, you can enjoy over there. Some of the people, they might be interested to go to some of the monasteries, Buddhist monasteries. And when we talk about it, let's take the rural tourism SWOT when we talk about. Indian villages have unparalleled culture, craft, music, dance, cuisine, heritage, which can be offered to every visiting tourist. Expansion of the road infrastructure has made most of the rural areas accessible now in the northeast part of India. Well-developed agriculture and farms to provide stay facilities and experiences. Beautiful climatic conditions and biodiversity. Apart from the mainland rural areas, India has the coastal Himalayas, deserts, forests, and tribal areas also. And particularly when we are talking about northeast part of India, most of the people are into the tribal category. When you see the entire state, some of the states in the northeast are totally scheduled tribes. They've got wonderful cultures of their own. They have got their own norms. And I have gone deep into certain places. Now, at the same time, there's a huge potential of the medicinal plants, herbal plants, which can be used in Ayurveda, ecotourism, nature reserves, wildlife tourism. We'll talk about these areas separately with you. Something which we have to talk about, we will take it. When we talk about the opportunities, you must take it from this point of view. There can be more jobs, there can be more economy, there can be more revenue. At the same time, the areas can be developed, infrastructure can be developed, youth can be engaged in the positive direction, and there's a lot which can be done over there. That is something very important. Over here, when I come to Molong, that's in Nagaland, and Hornbill Festival, everybody remembers. In Mizoram, when you come, it is Riek, that is again, and Lingpu is the airport, Aizawl is the capital, beautiful state. And at the same time, many states, they have formulated their policies related to tourism and related aspects, which could be like agri-tourism, farm stays, farm tourism, B&B, homestays, ecotourism, wildlife tourism, tribal tourism, nature tourism, green tourism, all that can be taken into consideration. Now, states should identify cluster of the villages having high potential for the tourism development in Northeast. That is something very important. Local craft, local cuisine, local folk music, dance, puppet shows, theater, street dramas, and organic farming, farm stays, and herbal products and tea estates. Some yoga and meditation centers can come up. Lakes, wetlands, and eco zones within or around the villages can be used very well. Rural sports can be organized, cultural events can be organized, and at the same time, you've got to be innovative. Now, this is Andro in Manipur. This is Dong, which I was telling you in Arunachal Pradesh, where the first ray of the sun comes early in the morning when we see it in India. There's a need to build the capacity of all these stakeholders involved in rural tourism. Now, what is capacity building? That means everybody has a potential. That potential has to be unlocked. It has to be unleashed. It has to be strategically channelized, and everybody has to be given an opportunity. Now, the local communities, tourism service providers, tourism industry, particularly the unorganized sector, NGOs, travelers, and relevant center and state government agencies can come forward. All that we take into consideration. Let's move forward. Now, this is that Kong Thong village. You remember? I was talking with you a little while before. There's a beautiful whistling village, and you can see a lot over here. Now, Rusoma village celebrates Orange Festival, and this is the Angami village in Nagaland. And beautiful oranges, what a quality, what a fragrance, and what a juicy you have got over here. Now, when we talk about areas of capacity building, now deep diving into the issues that has revealed, 7 areas that the rural tourism practitioners need assistance in. Number 1, build heritage and maintenance. Number 2, hygiene and basic service standards. Number 3, special experiences and value-added services. Number 4, community participation. Number 5, environmental impacts to be studied and to be minimized. As far as negative part is concerned, we should be focusing more on positive. Destination sustainability is again very important, and responsible tourism, that should be the focus for sales and marketing. Look at this beautiful painting of the god. As far as rural tourism, agri-tourism, nature tourism, green tourism, ecotourism, whatever you want to name it, but this is beautiful northeast part of India. Our chamber since 1994 had been focusing how to skill youth, how to give them the best whatever they can get, and we should also do the programs of personal and professional growth of teachers. So before pandemic, we had the finishing school. Post pandemic, we have got digital inspirational lab. Now, a lot of youth have gone from here, a lot of teachers have gone from here. And these are some glimpses which we are giving you in Sikkim, Assam, Arunachal, and NCR, New Delhi, Chandigarh, Punjab, and Haryana, various programs which we have been doing. Now, the capacity building of educators and youth through the digital inspirational lab is very important, making education and skills relevant. Let's move in that particular direction, because every child, every teacher, every parent, every coach, every counselor, every mentor, they all need mental wellness, personal wellness, professional wellness, social wellness. And of course, during the difficult times, we all should take care of each other. During the thick of the pandemic, our chamber had been taking care of our children. Those were locked over here in northern part of India, and they belong to northeast part of India. We have been meeting them at different places, distributing dry rations so that they don't have any difficulties and problems. And finally, when the train started, they all went to their respective homes. We are proud of them. Well-behaved children, wonderful children. So, ladies and gentlemen, you must take into consideration whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve, it's possible. This program is available to you every day at 8 p.m. in the evening. That's at the rate ICSI India Live. You would also be very happy to know that UGC NET program, where you have got tourism administration as one of your topic and subjects, we are starting a special series for you from 1st of August to 14th of August for 2 weeks, and we'll try and cover all the programs for you. Our upcoming event, how can we keep you away? This is something very important you have to understand. 22nd Annual International Convention Feast, Forum of Educators and Skill Providers for Tourism, and B2B meeting of the travel trade. That's artificial intelligence in tourism and hospitality education. We extend a very warm welcome to all of you. Those are interested to see the tourism and the hospitality industry growing, and our education, our skills, our competencies, our talent strategically channelizing, research part, corporate world, academia, all of them are going to be together on a common platform. We extend you a very warm welcome. There is no delegation fee. And once you join over there, it's going to be the paperless convention. Everything will be on your mobile. You will learn how to make optimum use of your mobile. So under the dynamic and dedicated leadership of Dr. Subhash Goyalji, we are having him as a chairman of the convention, Captain Sudesh Kumar, vice chairman, Subhash Verma ji, secretary general, and then there is a complete galaxy of the advisors, Professor P.S. Narula from Thailand, Dr. Shilpi Mohan from Central Asia, Arpit Dugar from UAE, United Arab Emirates, Dr. Mohan Gunti from Cambodia, Professor Vivek Shankar Natarajan from USA, Vikas Malhotra ji from Canada, Venerable Ravi Medhankar ji from Japan, Geeta Chopra from Bahrain, and Colonel Menon taking care of the entire southern part of India. Now, having come to the end of today's presentation, every day we want to leave you with lots of motivation and positivity, and ours is inspirational. Every day's program will be inspirational, because we have launched India's first Digital Inspirational Lab. And let me recall the words of my mentor, Les Brown: is not over until I win. Let me just read out what he says. And that's my mentor. I always pray to Almighty for your good health and wonderful days ahead. He says, if you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, if you gladly sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all your terror of the opposition for it, if you simply go after that things you want with all your capacity, strength and sagacity, faith, hope and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold poverty, famine, nor gout, sickness, nor pain, or body or brain can keep you away from the things that you want, if dodged and grim you beseech and beset, you will get it with the help of the God. You will get it. So that's my mentor. I always remember. Tomorrow is Saturday, and in the evening at 5 p.m., don't forget to join. We'll be going to Japan. Shivasya naratyo tatako, shivasya narataido de shimiso, konnichiwa, watashi wa sharma desu. Oh, Ohio gozaimasu. So Venerable Ravi Medhankarji, tomorrow evening at 5 p.m., he'll be with all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a small change in the program. We used to have Ayurveda for global wellness on every Sunday. From now onward, from tomorrow onward, it will be every Saturday, 7 to 7:15 p.m. If you have any questions with regard to your family members, your parents, your grandparents, anything you want to ask, just at 7 p.m. when the program starts, just post your question on the YouTube channel. We will take on. Wow, Paras is writing here. We will join. Thank you. Thank you. Now, tomorrow is Saturday and 22nd of July at 8 p.m. in the northeast part of India. We will be going for adventure tourism, adventure thrills, soft adventure, hard adventure, water sports, aero sports, whatsoever you can think of, trekking, mountaineering, hiking, going for outdoors. Sunday morning at 9:30, that's day after tomorrow, you will be traveling to Woodbury University, Burbank, California, USA, with Professor Satyendra Dhiman, and that is Education to Spiritual Journey. And thereafter, ladies and gentlemen, we wish to share with all of you our North India Pravasi Divas and Investors Meet is coming, and that's going to be when 13th and 14th of January 2024, like every year. We have started our preparations right from now onward, and there'll be pre-event discussions with the non-resident Indian and the corporate Sunday, 23rd of July, 2023 at 8 p.m. Ladakh, Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, and Chandigarh. What all is coming through. And thereafter, on 24th of July, you will have ecotourism, wildlife tourism in the entire Northeast India. And 25th, we'll go for spiritual tourism and wellness tourism of the Northeast region. 26th, we'll have a cultural tourism and a culinary tourism of the Northeast. And 27th, we'll be having film tourism, Northeast India youth. Look at this beautiful trail and zigzag and how it is moving. This is amazing Northeast. Rest, we will give you next time. This much is enough consumed today. Look forward meeting you tomorrow evening with the adventure thrills of the Northeast part of India, where all of us together, we're going to enjoy quite a bit and discuss, plan, and whatsoever we can do nice, that part we will take on. With these words, let's say goodbye today to each other. Look forward meeting you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Stay fit, stay fine, look after yourself.